Capricorn, September. All right, Capricorn, I'm sure you've heard enough about Pluto by now, but we have to go through it one more time. I know because the first two cards that I pulled in your pre reading, I actually pulled this card, Nine of Wands, and I thought to myself, well, this card was just in the last reading. Maybe I didn't shuffle well enough. And so I reshuffled and I got the same card. Okay, so there's your Nine of Wands, and it's showing that you've been through a lot, right? He's kind of beat up. He's walking with crutches, and he's got his arm wrapped, and he looks a little bruised. Okay, you've been going through a lot, Capricorn, and you need to give yourself a lot of credit for that. Here's another one of the cards that came up: Ten of Voices, Ten of Swords. Okay, so you're probably tired of all the hype, tired of all the talk. There's a lot going on. And even if you haven't been realizing what's going on, now that you look back at it, you probably feel it. Okay. So Pluto, the planet of transformation, change, death, rebirth, just returned to your sign on September 1st. Okay. So it's hanging out at 29 degrees Capricorn. So you later Capricorns are feeling it even more. Those of you born later in the sign, because I think the sign starts mid-December, so you later January people are feeling it the most, okay, because it's still considered conjunct to you, close to you, but thank goodness it's in a different sign. I'm sorry that it's in your sign. I keep getting confused because it keeps bouncing back into moving into Aquarius, bouncing back into Capricorn. So let's get clear here. September 1st, Pluto moved back to 29 degrees Capricorn, okay? And you were off the hook for a while because from January 20th of this year till September 1st, Pluto had moved into Aquarius, okay? So things lightened up. Like, even though I'm saying that the late degrees Capricorn still felt it because it was close, at least it moved out of your sign, okay? Because you have been dealing with Pluto since 2008. Now, this may have brought great changes into your life. I look back at when Pluto was in my sign of Sagittarius. Huge changes, right? The beginning was kind of knocked me down changes. And by the end, when I was cooperating, it brought really great things into my life. Okay. So I'm envisioning this for you, Capricorn. All right. So you have this opportunity now from September 1st to November. I was saying November 16th. I think it's somewhere between the 16th and the 19th. Pluto will move into Aquarius and stay there for 20 years. You will be off the hook. It will not come back into your sign in our lifetime. This is the Pluto return of the United States of America, okay? It's coming right back to where it was when it started. So interesting times, and especially interesting times for you, Capricorn. So during this Virgo season, when the sun is in the sign of Virgo, and Mercury, the planet of communication, is there too, that will be a nice trine for you because you're an earth sign, Capricorn. Virgo's an earth sign, so there's a trine. There's also a trine going on with Uranus in the sign of Taurus, another earth sign. So you've got some smoother energy. It's a great time. This is your time to attend to the details, okay? Virgo's the great analyzer, and we've got Mercury, the planet that rules Virgo, in its own sign, so it functions very efficiently here. This is your time, Capricorn, to pay attention to what life is showing you, that things that are going to have to change, there's a lot of themes here because Capricorn, you love tradition, you love value, you love keeping things the way they were. You love holding, it's almost like I can see the historical society. To me, the historical society is a prime example of Capricorn, okay? Preserving the memory of the way things were, preserving the values, okay? So you're going to be able to see now that you're off the hook slightly with Pluto out of your sign for these next couple months. You're going to see, all right, what's important here? What am I going to have to deal with the change? Because the change is coming. And so you got this period here to get ready to pay attention, to see what's coming up, to see where you have control, where you have to surrender. Okay. And that's kind of the vibe I get here. It's like you're a warrior. You have just been pushing ahead through all the hardships, because Pluto can show us a lot of hardships, because if we're resisting change, we're going to have a heck of a hard time with it. Here's all the worry and overthinking, but you're ready to cooperate with this, okay? So I like to just breathe and surrender, because that's really all we can do. Now, the Queen of Wands showed up in your pre-reading, and it says replace your self-doubt with self-confidence. I like that she's looking into a mirror, which is hand mirrors are shaped like Venus, right? So she's definitely she's admiring herself in a way. She's loving herself completely. And so I want you to take this time to just be open to see what comes up. And it's very interesting when we pay attention and we say, okay, I'm going to pay attention to what life is showing me right now. And it's interesting to see what comes up. Okay. So there's themes here. Make sure that you're loving yourself. You do have a square with Venus in the cardinal sign of Libra. You are also a cardinal sign, Capricorn, which means you push forward the season of winter. Libra pushes forward the season of fall. So there's this square. So it's interesting. The Queen of Wands showed up with that hand mirror. And go easy on yourself. Please be nice to yourself. Sometimes when people can't be nice to themselves, I tell them to think about themselves as a baby. They're in charge of taking care of, and be nice to that baby. Nobody's going to be mean to the baby. You're going to let it rest when it needs to. And so I want you to be nice to your baby, which is yourself. Okay. All right. I'm going to do a live reading right now. Haven't looked at any of these cards yet. And we're going to see what else you need to know here, Capricorn. During this little reprieve that you get right now from Pluto, I want you to get things in order, okay, with this Virgo energy. So there may be documents that you need to get into order, okay, and you probably don't want to have to deal with that. There's a square with Venus and Libra, which would rule documents. It's gonna come up, and you're gonna need to get on board, okay? All right, let's see what card number 1 is here. The Hanged Muse, reversed. Okay, usually goes like this. It came up like this. This is Pisces energy. She's kind of almost like this leap, but she's being held there. Okay, so we know we have a couple planets in Pisces right now. We have Neptune, which rules Pisces. We have Saturn there, your ruling planet, Capricorn. So Saturn is in the sign of Pisces, which is such a weird spot for me. I think they're so opposite, right? Saturn wants you to show up, do the hard work. Capricorn, you know about hard work. If anybody knows, it's you. But Pisces wants you to retreat back and look at things. So she's kind of looking over things. She gets a different view. Interesting how it's coming in with underneath this card, where there's kind of the opposite view. Okay, so you're going to want to look at things from all different views, and you're going to want to make sure that you take that downtime, because your ruling planet is in a sign that would take rest, that would retreat, that would kind of contemplate from a distance. Okay, now your second card says 7 of Cups. Not every great option you're given will be a great option for you. Okay, so the nice thing, the key word here is options, that you have them. Okay, and they're not all going to be for you, but this is your time. This is your time to get your will in place, get your life insurance in place, get your plans in place. Take care of those things that you don't really want to take care of, but you know that you need to, and you're being asked to make these changes. You're being asked because once Pluto moves into Aquarius, you'll kind of be off the hook, but right now you're being asked to finish up these things that have a broader scope. Okay. Now you've got the Empress here. She looks like mom, and there's a lot of love here, and there's a lot of family themes. There's a lot of value themes. She's Venus. So take care of your tribe, take care of your family by getting things in order. And you got to take some downtime because it looks like you're a little beat up. Take some rest, get a little bit more healthy, selfish, and focus on you. Okay, Capricorn, this is your time. All right, I'm going week by week here. Now, one of the other things that we forgot to mention is that you have a square going on with Mars this month in this cardinal sign of Cancer. All right, now Mars in Cancer is an interesting position because it's not its best position. Mars wants to go, 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 and Cancer's kind of like slower water, right? Slower moving. And so Mars taking action in matters of the home, and it's squaring you. So it really wants your attention. So get things in order for your family. Here's the Seven of Pentacles. Everything's kind of piled up there. He's kind of observing it, taking it all in, looking at your money, looking at what's valuable. Week 2, Four of Swords. There's some rest needed here in week 2. There's a pause needed here. Week 3, the Chariot shows up. This is a Cancer card. Mars is in the sign of Cancer. I think of the Chariot as very protective of the family. The Chariot is guided by the moon, so it's guided by intuition and feeling. Okay, so week 3 is where you got a lot of power here in September. Week 4, we have the Nine of Pentacles. Everything's beautiful. There's plenty. We start off with big piles of pentacles on both ends, okay? So there's themes here of protecting your valuables, especially your family. And a lot of the ways you can protect them is by getting things in order for them, right? So everybody can kind of, all right, things are in order. Now we can just live, okay? All right, so those are your cards. Now what we're going to do is we're going to move these to the side, and we're going to do some dates with some charms here. And I've been asked a few times for charms. Here's my big punch bowl of charms. We're going to throw some of these onto the September calendar, looking for dates, looking for initials, looking for names. Let's see what you got. I got some Scrabble letters here. D-I-A-P-A-L. I'm also going to roll some dice for you. All right, let's see what we got here. So on the 7th of September, Saturday the 7th, we've got a D, and I think this might be a charm for like Mother Mary. So on the Saturday the 7th, there's some nice energy there. On the 10th, we have a dime. The 11th, we have the letter A and an I, A-I. Okay, so interesting. We have a letter P on the 16th. The 19th, you have a little sailboat. Okay, but the most energy here is on the 25th. And it's interesting because if you listen back to the month ahead video, September month ahead, you'll see that the 24th, 25th, 26th were like pretty intense energies, and that there was like a lot of power there. So you have a lot of intensity, LA, the word LA on the 25th, or Al or LA. And then we have the number 8 showing a phase of the moon here. And number 8 is our number of the year in numerology. 2024 equals 8. Okay, so a lot of power there on the 25th. Mark your calendar there. As we get into October down here, you've got some hematite, I believe, here on the 3rd. And you've got a little symbol for Mr. Music, a little guitar pick from a great shop in Boston. Okay, so bulk of it, 7th, 11th, 25th. Now you rolled Mercury, planet of communication, in Capricorn, your sign, in the 3rd house, Gemini's house of communication. Okay, so basically you rolled double Mercury and you rolled the sign Capricorn. So there's some things that may need to be said. There's some things, I keep saying documents. There's some things that need to be spoken because it's Mercury, okay, or expressed. It doesn't always have to be with words. It can be through art. It can be, but there's something that needs to be said. And I just keep going back to the paperwork, okay? I've got the word dial, D-I-A-L here, and the word... Is there something else? No, I guess that's it. There's another letter over here that fell to the side. It's another D. So I don't think that helps me at all. But okay, let's see some more dates for you. Some dates for you to pay attention to in September based on these dice. Okay, so you rolled Mercury basically twice. We know we have the new moon in Virgo on Monday, September 2nd. Virgo is ruled by Mercury, so you got some power days there, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, the 4th until 1:46 p.m. All right, then we're looking for dates of Gemini and Capricorn. We know we have the moon entering Capricorn at 10:38 p.m. on Tuesday, September 11th, into the 12th and 13th, into the 14th until about 3:53 a.m. And then Gemini, we have the moon in Gemini on the 22nd, 6:24 a.m., 23rd, 24th until 10:50 a.m. These are power times for you, Capricorn. And I forgot to pull an oracle. I was working with the Solitary Witch oracle. That's really one of my favorites. So let's just end with a great oracle for you. And it says, the charging of her wand. The charging of her wand. So she's going to use her wand to create what she wants to create, right? And she's in this charging period. So this is your time to recharge, to get clear on what it is that you're looking to create in your life. This is your recharge period, Capricorn. So enjoy it. Thanks for joining me.